Welcome, deep divers, to what I think is going to be an absolutely mouth-watering culinary exploration today.
Definitely smells like it already, metaphorically speaking.
Exactly. So we're not just inviting you to listen. We want you to really vividly imagine this. Picture yourself strolling through those vibrant, bustling streets of New Orleans.
Hmm.
You can feel that humid, salty air drifting in from the Gulf Coast, right? And you're just completely enveloped by these rich, irresistible aromas of Southern cuisine.
Yeah, you can almost smell the spices.
Totally. So this deep dive is taking a delicious, savory page, or maybe more like a perfect sandwich, straight from the world of the Shrimp Boat series.
Ah, connecting it back. Nice.
Yep, specifically the Shrimp It Ain't Easy collection.
Yeah.
And our mission, well, it's to plunge headfirst into an iconic dish. One that doesn't just feed you, it tells a story.
Food as narrative. Love it.
It truly embodies the spirit and flavor of this whole literary and culinary world. The shrimp po' boy sandwich.
The legend itself.
It really is. This
Yeah.
is so much more than just, a meal. It's a living piece of history, packed with culture and fascinating stories.
Absolutely.
So we're going to unpack its humble, yet kind of intriguing origins, delve into its profound regional significance.
Which is huge.
Huge, and dissect the unique, almost magical components that make it legendary. And ultimately understand why it really stands as a true, authentic taste of Louisiana, a culinary cornerstone.
It's really fascinating, how food, particularly a dish as, let's say, emblematic as the po' boy, acts as this incredible narrative device.
Right.
It gives such sensory depth to a story world, and it reflects these really profound cultural roots. You see, we're not just, analyzing a recipe today.
No, definitely not.
We're exploring a culinary artifact. It's a tangible link to a community's past and present. Our goal is to understand not just what the sandwich is made of.
Although that's important too.
Oh, absolutely, but also why it's become so utterly important, so central to this specific region and its people. And this leads us to a crucial question, one that often underpins the greatest food traditions. How do the humblest of ingredients, often born out of, economic necessity and sheer resourcefulness.
Right, making dooku.
Exactly. How do they ascend to become such revered, iconic legends? Throughout this deep dive, we'll peel back every delicious layer.
Layer by layer.
From its truly distinctive bread, which, believe me, has a history all its own,
Oh, I bet.
to its intriguing historical controversies, regional adaptations. We'll make sure that by the end of our conversation, you are exceptionally well informed about every single delicious bite.
Nice.
You won't just know what a po' boy is, you'll understand its very soul.
That really sets the stage perfectly. It underscores how food can be this profound window into culture, into history.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of culinary artifacts, let's zoom in on our star today,
Mm-hmm.
the po' boy. For those listening who might be new to its delights, what's the fundamental blueprint?
Good place to start.
Yeah, what are those non-negotiable elements that truly define it at its core before we even get into all the mouth-watering variations?
That's a fantastic starting point because while the po' boy's versatility is, one of its most celebrated hallmarks, it absolutely begins with foundational elements.
Okay.
At its heart, a po' boy is a sandwich unmistakably from Louisiana, often spelled po' boy or even poor boy.
Right, that name itself tells a story.
It really does, carrying that rich historical whisper right in its name. Traditionally, it features a hearty filling, and while this can range from savory roast beef or slow-cooked ham to various fried seafood options.
Which we'll get into.
Exactly. But our focus today, especially given its connection to the shrimp boat, is squarely on that succulent fried shrimp,
The star.
the star. All of this deliciousness is then nestled within a very specific type of New Orleans French bread roll, always sliced lengthwise, crucially, never completely cut through.
Hinged.
Hinged, exactly. And here's a key piece of terminology. If you order a po' boy, more often than not, you'll hear the question, do you want it dressed?
Dressed. Okay, what does that mean?
To be dressed is the standard, and for very good reason. It adds this vital layer of freshness, tang, and textural contrast. It means the sandwich comes adorned with finely shredded lettuce, perfectly ripe sliced tomatoes, crisp sliced pickles, and of course a generous slathering of creamy mayonnaise.
The essentials.
Absolutely. It's this precise combination that transforms it from just a sandwich into a full, harmonious experience in every single bite. It creates that balanced flavor profile that has, captivated palates for generations.
Hearing that, it's so clear that every component plays this crucial role. And you mentioned the bread, which sounds like it's almost as legendary as the sandwich itself.
Oh, it is, definitely.
What makes this po' boy bread so utterly unique and essential? Because I'm picturing like a typical French baguette, but it sounds like there's something much more specific going on here.
You're absolutely right to distinguish it. Because what's truly fascinating here, and arguably the unsung hero of the po' boy, is the bread itself.
Oh.
It's not just French bread. It's a distinctly local style, native to New Orleans, and it possesses characteristics that really set it apart.
How so?
The key difference lies in its composition and the unique baking traditions of the Gulf South. Unlike a denser, chewier traditional baguette, this bread is made with less flour and significantly more water.
More water. Interesting.
Yeah, it creates a much wetter dough, which, when baked, yields a loaf that is remarkably lighter and airier on the inside. You get this beautiful, crisp, almost shattering crust
Oh, wow.
that gives way to an incredibly soft, fluffy crumb. It's far less chewy than its European cousin.
So it yields more easily.
Exactly. It's designed to be substantial enough to hold all those generous fillings, yet delicate enough to yield without overwhelming them. And crucially, absorbent enough to soak up all those delicious juices and sauces without turning into a soggy mess.
Ah, the absorbency factor. Key for something like roast beef debris, I imagine.
Precisely. You can almost feel that perfect contrast just thinking about it, that satisfying crackle of the crust as you bite, followed by the airy interior just melting on your tongue.
Okay, my mouth is watering already.
And this specific recipe, it wasn't an accident. It was pure culinary ingenuity born of necessity.
Right.
It was developed way back in the 1700s during the colonial era in the Gulf South. The challenge then was the region's incredibly humid climate.
Ah, humidity and bread. Not always friends.
Exactly. It just wasn't conducive to growing the hard winter wheat varieties typically used for traditional French bread. This meant wheat flour had to be imported, making it less available and, frankly, more expensive.
So they had to adapt.
They absolutely had to adapt. Local bakers, unwilling to compromise on their beloved bread, adjusted their formulas. They used less of the precious imported flour and incorporated more water, often creating doughs that were softer and more forgiving in that humid environment.
Resourceful.
Very. This adaptation wasn't just a minor tweak, it led to the development of a completely new bread style, one perfectly suited to the local climate and available resources. It reflects this profound resourcefulness, transforming a limitation into a unique culinary art form.
Wow.
And even today, this tradition is fiercely protected and celebrated. The two primary sources for authentic New Orleans po' boy bread, recognized for their unwavering commitment to this unique style.
Legend.
The legends. Leidenheimer Baking Company, which has been baking since 1896.
Wow. Time?
And Alois J. Binder. These bakeries aren't just selling bread, they are preserving a piece of New Orleans history and culture. It's a testament to the deep regional pride in this particular style.
That's incredible.
Their loaves are often longer and narrower than typical baguettes, specifically designed for the po' boy. And their commitment to traditional methods ensures that signature crisp crust and fluffy interior. It's more than just an ingredient, it's really the structural and textural backbone of the entire sandwich.
That's incredible. A perfect example of how limitations can truly breed innovation and create something so distinctly regional. That bread sounds absolutely ideal for soaking up all those incredible flavors. And speaking of flavors, while the po' boy is famously versatile with its fillings, our deep dive today, particularly with the shrimp boat in mind, is squarely focused on the crispy fried shrimp version.
The classic.
It's a classic for a reason, right?
Right.
But what does it take to achieve that perfect fried shrimp for a po' boy? It sounds simple, but I bet it's tricky.
The fried shrimp. It really is an art form in itself, and the recipe provides a wonderful roadmap to perfection. First, you start with the foundation. Large, peeled, and deveined shrimp.
Size matters here.
It does. It isn't just about a satisfying bite. Larger shrimp tend to cook more evenly, and they retain their juiciness better under the heat of the fryer.
Okay, makes sense.
Then comes a truly crucial yet pretty common technique, immersing the shrimp in buttermilk for about 15 minutes.
Buttermilk soak.
Yeah.
Why is that step so important?
Well, it's Not just for flavor, although it does impart a subtle tang, the lactic acid in the buttermilk acts as a gentle tenderizer, helping to break down some of these shrimp's proteins, ensuring a more succulent texture.
Tenderizing.
Exactly. And maybe more importantly for frying, it provides this slightly viscous, textured surface that helps the seasoned coating adhere perfectly. That's how you get that consistent, crunchy crust we all crave.
Right. Helps the breading stick.
Precisely. The coating itself is a simple yet powerful flour mixture, meticulously seasoned to deliver that initial burst of flavor. We're talking all-purpose flour blended with a thoughtful array of spices,
Like what?
vibrant paprika for its earthy sweetness and beautiful color, a touch of cayenne pepper for that quintessential Louisiana warmth and subtle kick, and of course salt and black pepper to enhance all the other flavors.
Building the flavor base.
Exactly. This is where the initial savory profile is built, creating a delicious shell for the sweet shrimp within, and then the magic truly happens in the fryer.
The frying technique.
Yes. Absolutely crucial. You heat vegetable oil or a neutral oil like canola to a precise 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This specific temperature isn't arbitrary.
Why 350?
It's absolutely critical for achieving what chefs call the Maillard reaction, that complex chemical process responsible for the browning, the flavor development, and that crispy texture.
Science.
It is science. If the oil is too cool, the shrimp will just absorb too much oil, resulting in a greasy, heavy texture. Not good. If it's too hot, the coating will burn before the shrimp has a chance to cook through, leaving you with a raw center. Also not good.
Definitely not.
So 350 degrees Eris is that sweet spot. It ensures the exterior achieves that glorious golden brown and crispy texture, while the interior remains perfectly cooked, tender, and juicy.
Got it. And frying technique.
You fry the shrimp in batches, never crowd the pan.
Right, that lowers the oil set.
Exactly.
Right.
Which compromises the crispness. It only takes about 2-3 minutes per side, just until they're beautifully golden brown and wonderfully crispy. The goal is that perfect, glorious golden crunch you can almost hear. And the reason fried shrimp is so incredibly popular and effective in a po' boy is precisely this contrast. The tender, sweet, oceanic flavor of the shrimp inside, encased in that savory, perfectly spiced, crispy exterior.
Texture and flavor contrast.
It creates an irresistible interplay of textures and tastes, a true celebration of Gulf seafood that makes it an undisputed classic. It's an experience that awakens all the senses, the aroma, the visual, the crunch, the flavor burst.
That's a masterclass in fried shrimp. Seriously. It's clear that every single step is designed to maximize flavor and texture. And once you have that perfect shrimp, you need the perfect accompaniment. So let's talk about the remoulade sauce. This isn't just any old condiment, is it?
Oh, absolutely not.
It seems to be as integral to the shrimp po' boy as the bread and the shrimp themselves.
If we truly connect this to the bigger picture, the remoulade sauce for a shrimp po' boy is far more than just, a condiment. It's an absolutely critical flavor ladder.
You're like a bridge.
Almost like a liquid bridge, yeah. It ties all the components together, defining the dish's identity. This sauce is a symphony of zesty, creamy, and spicy notes.
It's complex.
Incredibly complex and satisfying profile that is unmistakably Louisiana. Its key ingredients are meticulously chosen to build this harmony. It starts with a mayonnaise base, providing that rich, creamy foundation.
Okay.
Then it's brightened by the sharp, pungent tang of Dijon mustard, given a vibrant kick by a dash of hot sauce.
Gotta have the hot sauce.
Gotta have it. And the sinus-clearing warmth of prepared horseradish, the sweetness and acidity of sweet pickle relish add another layer, while minced garlic infuses an aromatic depth.
Garlic, yes.
And paprika and cayenne pepper contribute warmth, color, and that continued spicy undercurrent, all carefully seasoned with salt and pepper for balance. You truly get that incredible complex profile, tang, heat, savory depth, hint of sweetness that genuinely defines Louisiana cuisine.
Well, that's a lot going on in one sauce.
It is, and its purpose within the po' boy is perfectly clear and intentional. It pairs beautifully with the crispy fried shrimp, but it does more than just add flavor. It cuts through the richness of the fried seafood.
Balancing act.
Exactly, preventing it from feeling too heavy or one note. And it provides that essential kick and moisture that Louisiana dishes are so famous for. It elevates the entire sandwich, making each bite dynamic.
And there's a tip about refrigerating it first?
Ah, yes. A small but profoundly crucial insight from the recipe. The instruction to refrigerate the sauce for at least 30 minutes before serving.
Why is that so important? Just chill in it.
It's more than chilling. This seemingly minor step is, in fact, an act of culinary alchemy. Thyme allows all those vibrant, distinct flavors, the sharp garlic, the spicy horseradish, the tangy mustard, the sweet relish to truly meld and marry together.
The flavors need to hang out.
They need to hang out. The volatile aromatic compounds from the fresh ingredients have time to fully infuse the mayonnaise base, creating a more harmonious, complex, and round flavor profile. It's often described as matured.
Matured sauce.
Okay. It's a process that deepens the overall taste impact far beyond what you'd get from simply mixing them and serving immediately. This patience truly pays off, ensuring every component, especially the remoulade, shines at its absolute best.
That's a fantastic explanation of how those flavors truly deepen over time, turning a collection of ingredients into a harmonious whole. Okay, so we've talked components, but let's dive into something that always fascinates me. The history and the name itself.
The lore.
Po' boy. It carries such a distinct ring to it. Let's unpack the origins of this iconic name because there seems to be quite a captivating tale behind it.
Absolutely. The origin story of the po' boy name is a quintessential piece of New Orleans lore, and it's particularly captivating because, like many great legends, it has layers.
Not straightforward.
Not entirely.
Uh,
The most widely popular local theory attributes the term to Benjamin or Benny and Clovis Martin. These brothers, originally from Raceland, Louisiana, were former streetcar conductors who, after their time on the rails, opened their own eatery in New Orleans back in 1921. Now here's where the heart of the legend lies. 1929.
what happened in 1929?
New Orleans was gripped by a grueling 4-month streetcar strike, leaving many workers, including their former colleagues, out of work and struggling economically.
Rough times.
Very tough. The story goes that the Martin brothers, out of this incredible act of solidarity and generosity, reportedly served free sandwiches to these striking workers.
These sandwiches. Wow.
Yeah. As a former streetcar conductor would approach their counter, the Martins would humorously call out to their kitchen staff, "Here comes another poor boy."
Or,
Another poor boy is coming in.
so that's the name origin.
That's the popular story, and thus the po' boy was born as a symbol of compassion and community support during a time of hardship.
That's such a powerful, heartwarming tale, linking the sandwich directly to community, solidarity, a specific moment in New Orleans history.
It really is.
And the timeline does seem to align perfectly, given that the bakery of John Gindusa, who's credited with first baking the specific French bread for this sandwich.
The Leidenheimer connection came later, but Gindusa was early.
Right, Gindusa began doing so in that very same year, 1929. It almost feels too perfect a fit for the legend.
It absolutely does feel like a perfectly sculpted legend, and that's precisely where the historian's skepticism comes in, which I find particularly fascinating.
Skepticism about the Martins.
Yeah, what's intriguing here is that culinary history, much like any historical account, often has layers, evolving narratives, and sometimes, well, a healthy dose of myth-making.
Right. Stories get embellished.
Exactly. While the Martin brothers story is deeply ingrained in the local consciousness and undeniably romantic, one New Orleans historian actually finds the claim suspicious for several compelling reasons.
Like what?
For one, the story wasn't widely described or reported by the local press until nearly 40 years after the strike itself in the late 1960s.
40 years. It's a long gap.
It's a significant delay for such a defining local legend, which raises questions about how much is true historical fact and how much is, retrospective narrative building. Furthermore, prior to 1969, the Martin brothers themselves apparently gave alternative accounts for the name's origin.
Oh, like what?
They reportedly stated that they created the po' boy not specifically for striking workers, but for a broader demographic of farmers, dock workers, and other poor boys who frequented their original location near the bustling French market.
So more general, less strike-specific.
Exactly. It suggests a more general origin rooted in the economic status of their everyday clientele rather than a specific act of solidarity during that one strike.
Okay, that changes things a bit.
And there's even a documented letter from the Martin brothers, reprinted in local newspapers in 1929, promising to feed streetcar workers.
Proof.
But it referenced our meal, making no specific mention of sandwiches.
Our meal, not po' boys. Subtle.
Subtle, but it adds to the ambiguity. It doesn't necessarily disprove the strike story, but it clouds it a bit. So what does this all mean for you listening?
Yeah, what's the takeaway?
It shows how a beloved dish can accumulate lore and legend over time, and how different perspectives and historical accounts can shed light on its true, perhaps more complex, and certainly more nuanced beginnings.
Adds mystique.
It adds a certain mystique to the po' boy, don't you think? It invites us to consider how stories shape our understanding of food and how a community's identity can be interwoven with the narratives it chooses to tell about its culinary icons. It's a powerful reminder that history is rarely a simple, linear path.
That's a brilliant observation.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how those competing narratives add even more depth and mystique to the sandwich, making it almost a living historical puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond the shrimp, which we're celebrating today, it's clear the po' boy is a truly versatile canvas, famous for its incredibly wide variety of filling.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really a testament to its adaptability and popularity throughout the region. Tell us about the sheer diversity we can find.
You've hit on a crucial point. The po' boy's versatility is truly astounding. While the fried shrimp version is undeniably iconic, the sandwich itself is a culinary chameleon.
Vermilion, nice.
It accommodates a vast spectrum of fillings that reflect Louisiana's rich culinary landscape. When you look beyond seafood, you find a delicious array of meat options. There's the classic, comforting roast beef,
A favorite.
often slow-cooked until it's meltingly tender and served in its own rich gravy. You'll find savory ham, sometimes thinly sliced and piled high, other times griddled for extra flavor.
Ooh, griddled ham.
Then there's the distinctly local, spicy Louisiana hot sausage with its characteristic snap and peppery kick. Fried chicken po' boys are also popular, offering a different take on crispy protein.
So many meat options.
But the adventure doesn't stop there. For those truly wanting a taste of the bayou's wild bounty, you can find more adventurous choices.
Like Greg.
Like crispy fried alligator.
Alligator, okay.
Rich and succulent duck, the incredibly flavorful Bowden sausage, that traditional Cajun pork and rice sausage, wonderfully spiced, and even rabbit.
Wow. Really showcases local ingredients.
It really does. These unique fillings demonstrate just how deeply ingrained hunting, fishing, and utilizing local ingredients are in Louisiana's culinary tradition. The po' boy becomes a showcase.
Absolutely. And the seafood beyond shrimp.
Oh yeah, being a coastal staple, the seafood options are plentiful and celebrated. You can find delicious fried crawfish, those sweet, delicate crustaceans, a cornerstone of Cajun cuisine, perfectly fried fish, often a local catch like catfish or flounder, offers a flaky contrast.
Fried catfish po' boy.
And for many, the fried oyster po' boy is the ultimate indulgence, offering brainy, plump morsels with a golden crunch. Or, if you prefer, delicate, sweet crab meat, fried or sautéed. Each option brings its own distinct texture and flavor.
That's a delightful dilemma.
Yeah.
Choosing.
It really is. And there are even special mentions with their own histories. Like the oyster loaf, fried oyster sandwiches on French loaves. That term actually predates the po' boy.
Really. Older lineage.
Hints at an older lineage, yeah. And then there's the legendary peacemaker, or la mediatrice.
Peacemaker. What's the story there?
A charming name, meaning the mediator. This sandwich contains both fried shrimp and fried oysters.
Both? Genius.
A truly brilliant combination for those who simply can't decide. It's said to have earned its name as the perfect offering to bring home to a spouse after maybe a late night out or an argument. To make peace.
I love that. Culinary diplomacy.
Exactly. And the roast beef po' boys themselves have fascinating variations.
Oh yeah, more than just roast beef.
Oh, yes. They speak to the depth of Louisiana's slow-cooking traditions. You can get a sloppy roast beef featuring thick, tender cuts, absolutely drenched in rich, savory gravy. Gloriously messy.
Need extra napkins for that one.
Definitely. Then there's the crock pot tender type, where the beef is stewed for hours until it practically melts and melds seamlessly with its own rich aromatic sauce, almost like pulled beef.
Meltingly tender.
Other versions feature thinner slices, often dipped generously in beef, just for that extra savory punch. And my absolute favorite detail, a true mark of authenticity.
Oh, one.
Debris, pronounced debris.
Brie, like scraps.
Exactly. These are the delectable tiny bits of meat that fall off during the slow cooking process, rendering down into a near gravy consistency. This debris is often generously offered with roast beef po' boys.
Oh, like an extra topping.
Yes. It adds an unbelievable intense depth of flavor and textural complexity, almost like a concentrated essence of beef. It's a flavor experience unique to these sandwiches.
That sounds incredible. Debris po' boy. Adding it to the list.
You have to. Even simpler additions like cheese have been recognized ingredients since the Great Depression, maybe added to stretch a meal or add richness. And garlic is often an optional seasoning, allowing for even more customization. This extensive array truly solidifies the po' boy's role as this versatile, democratic dish.
That's an incredible breakdown.
Yeah.
It's almost overwhelming, the choices, in the best possible way, of course.
Aha.
And
Yeah.
building on that, it's not just about the fillings, is it? The way a po' boy is dressed also seems to have its own nuanced rules and regional variations.
That's a sharp observation.
How do these diverse fillings influence the choice of dressing, ensuring every bite is perfectly balanced?
The dressing is indeed a thoughtful and critical element that adapts to its filling. While shredded lettuce, tomato, pickles, and mayo form the gold standard for dressed, especially for seafood,
Right, the classic combo.
there are specific variations that highlight the dish's adaptability and the nuanced palette of Louisiana cuisine. For instance, fried seafood po' boys, like our featured shrimp, can also be dressed with a simpler but incredibly effective combination: melted butter and sliced pickle rounds.
Butter instead of mayo.
Yeah. It offers a different kind of richness and tang, allowing the delicate, briny flavors of the seafood to shine through in a distinct way. It's sort of a purist's approach.
Interesting. Letting the seafood be the star.
Exactly. And, almost without exception, a Louisiana-style hot sauce is always optional, usually right there on the table, inviting you to add that extra customizable kick.
Always got to have the hot sauce option.
Always. Now, if we look at the non-seafood po' boys, the roast beef, ham, hot sausage,
Yeah, different dressing.
they will often feature Creole mustard instead of, or sometimes alongside, mayonnaise.
Creole mustard, how's
Yeah.
that different?
It's not an arbitrary substitution. It's a deliberate culinary choice. Creole mustard is distinct from standard yellow mustard. It's coarser, spicier, and often infused with a tannier, more complex blend of spices, like horseradish and various peppers.
Ah, more kick, more complexity.
Exactly. This choice introduces a different kind of tang and spice, a sharper, more pungent flavor that stands up beautifully and complements the richness of meats like roast beef or ham. It cuts through the fattiness and adds a vibrant, piquant contrast that mayo might not provide in the same way.
Makes sense. Tailoring the condiment to the filling.
Precisely. This truly underscores how thoughtfully tailored the dressings are, ensuring every bite is perfectly balanced and authentic to the regional palate. It showcases the deep understanding of flavor pairings inherent in Louisiana cooking.
Yeah.
It's these small details that elevate the po' boy.
Absolutely. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. The po' boy's expansive culinary footprint. This isn't just some niche sandwich. It's absolutely integral to New Orleans' vibrant food scene, a true icon.
Oh, completely.
It exists as truly humble fare, right alongside some of the grander, more elaborate Creole cuisines, kind of bridging what might seem like a social divide. How does its accessibility contribute to its charm, and how far has this beloved sandwich traveled beyond Louisiana?
You've touched on a profound aspect of its enduring appeal, its pervasive accessibility and democratic nature. It truly exists as a fundamental staple within New Orleans' food landscape.
The everyday hero.
The everyday culinary heartbeat of the city, exactly. While you might find elaborate multi-course meals at fancy places, the po' boy is for everyone. It democratizes high-quality, flavorful food. Dock workers, lawyers, everyone eats po' boys. It embodies this uniquely egalitarian culinary spirit.
I love that. Food for the people.
Absolutely. And its accessibility is part of its profound charm. You can find them made with loving care at home, sold conveniently prepackaged in local convenience stores for a quick bite.
Gas station po' boys.
Sometimes, yeah. Available at bustling deli counters, and most importantly, featured prominently in nearly every neighborhood restaurant. In fact, a po' boy shop is a foundational type of New Orleans eatery.
A cultural institution.
It really is. These establishments, often unpretentious and filled with local character, serve not only an astounding array of po' boys, but also other quintessential Creole dishes like seafood platters, red beans and rice, jambalaya. It solidifies its place in the everyday culinary landscape. Grabbing a po' boy from a local shop is a quintessential New Orleans experience.
I can picture it now. And has it spread much?
Oh, yeah. The authentic versions of Louisiana-style po' boys have spread remarkably along the Gulf Coast, like a delicious culinary tide.
Where to?
From the vibrant food scene of Houston all the way through the charming towns of the Florida Panhandle. In these areas, you'll find versions that remain largely true to the New Orleans archetype.
Still recognizable.
Mostly. However, the term po' boy has even ventured further afield, parts of the South Atlantic states, even California. But here's the interesting nuance.
Uh-oh. What happens when it travels?
In those regions, it might sometimes refer to local variations on the submarine sandwich. While it carries the name, the bread, the dressings, sometimes even the fillings can be quite different from the New Orleans original.
So like a po' boy in name only.
Sometimes, yeah. It hints at how a dish can adapt and transform as it travels, sometimes losing a bit of its original essence, but always carrying a piece of its name and inspiring local interpretations. It raises questions about authenticity versus adaptation.
That's a great point about how a dish can evolve, sometimes losing its original essence but still carrying the name, highlights the dynamic nature of food traditions.
Mhm.
And speaking of regional evolution, it's fascinating to consider how places like Houston have developed their own distinct interpretations. Shows the po' boy isn't just static.
Absolutely.
What makes Houston's po' boy unique, and what does it tell us about culinary adaptation?
What's absolutely fascinating here is how regional adaptations can indeed create entirely new, beloved variations with their own identity. Houston, for example, developed its own truly unique variety.
How's it different? No shrimp.
Right. It takes a departure from the traditional fried seafood or roast beef. Instead, it features a filling of ham, salami, and provolone cheese.
Okay, more like an Italian sub.
Kind of, but then it's distinctively dressed with chow chow.
Chow chow. What's that?
Chow chow is a tangy, sweet, and often spicy pickled relish, typically made from a mix of vegetables like cabbage, bell peppers, onions. It adds this bright, zesty counterpoint to the rich meats and cheese. Very different flavor profile.
Wow. Ham, salami, provolone, and chow chow. Definitely not a New Orleans po' boy.
Definitely not. And this unique Houstonian take wasn't an accident. It was developed in the 1960s and was significantly popularized by Syrian and Lebanese restaurateurs.
Oh, interesting cultural influence there, too.
Yeah, the story often points to Jalal Antone, the owner of Antone's import company. He was apparently advised by his brother-in-law to focus on sandwiches that would be more familiar and appealing to the local Houston population rather than exclusively offering Levantine cuisine.
Smart business move.
It was. This guidance led to the creation of this specific po' boy, which quickly became a local sensation. It speaks volumes about the entrepreneurial spirit of immigrant communities and their ability to adapt and innovate within a new cultural landscape, creating new traditions.
So it's huge in Houston.
It was incredibly popular in Houston during the 70s and 80s. One Houston Chronicle writer famously called it the Shipley Do-Nuts of sandwiches for its deep integration into the city's food DNA.
High praise. Still is popular.
Its widespread popularity did see a decrease over time. Several factors. The rise of chain sandwich shops offering generic options.
Yeah, it happens everywhere.
The introduction and growing popularity of Vietnamese banh mi, another immigrant-driven sandwich success story offering a different, compelling flavor profile.
Ah, the banh mi effect.
And unfortunately, the rise of poor quality imitations that diluted the original's appeal. It illustrates that delicate balance of culinary success, market forces, new arrivals, maintaining quality, all play a role.
Fascinating trajectory. And you mentioned banh mi. There's crossover.
Yes, another significant cultural fusion has indeed occurred due to the substantial Vietnamese immigration to the Gulf South since the 1970s. This has led to truly fascinating crossovers between po' boys and banh mi.
Like what? Viet Cajun.
Exactly. You might find new culinary expressions blending the crisp Vietnamese baguette with traditional po' boy fillings and dressings, or vice versa. Like a shrimp po' boy on a baguette with pickled carrots and daikon, maybe.
Wow, that sounds amazing, actually.
It raises a truly important question for us. How do these cultural fusions not only enrich the culinary landscape with new and exciting flavors, but also reflect the dynamic, living nature of food traditions?
And the tapestry of human migration.
Precisely. These fusions aren't just about new tastes. They're living documents of cultural exchange, resilience, shared human experience. Food becomes this universal language.
That's such a powerful point about food as a living document of cultural exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Truly highlights how culinary traditions are always evolving.
Mm-hmm.
And it's clear how deeply the po' boy is cherished in its birthplace, New Orleans, because they dedicate an entire annual festival to it.
They sure do.
Tell us about the Oak Street Po' Boy Festival. It sounds like quite the celebration.
It truly is a testament to the po' boy's profound significance. The city dedicates an entire annual one-day festival to it, the Oak Street Po' Boy Festival, held every mid-November. It transforms a bustling commercial strip of Oak Street in the charming Carrollton neighborhood into this vibrant sensory explosion.
What's it like?
Imagine live music pulsating through the air, local arts and crafts vendors showcasing talents, and of course, countless food vendors.
The main event.
Absolutely. These vendors, from established restaurants to up-and-coming chefs, offer an astonishing array of po' boys, every imaginable type. From the most traditional roast beef and fried oyster to daring new interpretations, it's not just a food festival, it's a full-blown New Orleans street party.
Sounds incredible just eating po' boys all day.
Pretty much. But it's not solely about tradition. The festival also celebrates innovation. They give out highly coveted Best of awards,
Ah, a competition.
which enthusiastically incentivizes chefs to invent some of the most creative and imaginative po' boys imaginable. This pushes the boundaries of what a po' boy can be.
Any examples? What kind of crazy stuff do they come up with?
Oh, you might see anything. Maybe a smoked duck po' boy with a cherry reduction, or a Thai chili shrimp po' boy, or even really thoughtful vegan interpretations that somehow capture the essence.
Wow, pushing boundaries while honoring tradition.
Exactly. It's a true testament to the po' boy's enduring appeal and its incredible capacity for evolution, proving that even a deeply classic dish can find new ways to shine and remain relevant. It shows a community that both respects its heritage and embraces its future, all through the humble vehicle of a sandwich.
What an incredible illustration of culinary passion and the power of tradition combined with innovation.
After hearing all this, it's abundantly clear that the shrimp po' boy, in all its forms, is so much more than just a sandwich.
So much more.
It's a cornerstone of Southern culture.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the shrimp po' boy, and indeed all its diverse variations, truly embodies the very spirit of New Orleans and the entire Gulf Coast.
The spirit in a sandwich.
It transcends the definition of near food. It's often described as a culinary rhapsody, a harmonious masterpiece. It beautifully showcases the Southern love for deep comfort, for bold, rich flavors, and most crucially, for good company and shared experiences.
Community again. Always. Its remarkable versatility is key to its enduring appeal. It allows it to remain perpetually fresh and exciting. It can handle an endless array of interpretations, from the most deeply traditional renditions to daringly modern improvisations. That makes it eternally catchy and forever relevant.
Eternally catchy. I like that.
When you bite into a shrimp po' boy, or any authentic po' boy, you're not just consuming food, you're savoring the very flavor of the South.
A taste of place.
It's a profound cultural experience, an edible expression of its rich, complex history, its unique charm, its resilience, and its vibrant culinary ingenuity passed down through generations. It carries the echoes of necessity, the spirit of generosity, and the joyous celebration of life that defines New Orleans. It's a bite of tradition, a taste of place, an immersion into a living, breathing culture.
Wow, what an absolutely incredible deep dive into the shrimp po' boy. We've journeyed all the way from its humble, perhaps debated beginnings during that storied streetcar strike.
Really earlier.
Or perhaps even earlier, depending on which fascinating narrative you follow. All the way to its well-deserved status as a beloved, unshakable Southern icon. We've explored the critical, almost magical role of that unique New Orleans French bread.
Can't forget the bread.
Never. The essential kick of the zesty remoulade sauce, the satisfying crunch of perfectly fried shrimp, and the incredible versatility this sandwich demonstrates with its vast array of fillings and thoughtful dressings.
Quite the journey.
It truly shows how a dish, seemingly simple in its concept, can carry so much intricate history, vibrant culture, and profound regional identity in every single delicious, memorable bite. It's really a testament to the power of food as a storyteller.
It absolutely proves that sometimes the simplest of ingredients, when shaped by historical necessity, local ingenuity, and a deep understanding of flavor, can coalesce to create a culinary masterpiece that resonates for generations.
Yeah.
It's not just food on a plate, it's a living, edible piece of history, a cultural anchor that continues to evolve while honoring its roots. And, thinking about how one regional dish can have such a rich, evolving story from its origins to its modern variations, its incredible adaptations. This raises an important question for you, our listener, to maybe chew on.
Ooh, homework.
Haha, maybe. What local or regional dish in your own experience, no matter how simple or seemingly common, holds a deep history or cultural significance that makes it more than just a meal for you?
Good question.
What unique stories does it tell about your community, your heritage, or maybe just your personal past? What flavors are inextricably linked to specific memories or traditions for you?
That's a fantastic question to ponder, and I think we probably all have a dish like that in our lives, if we think about it.
I bet we do.
We truly hope this deep dive has not only sparked your curiosity about culinary history, but, quite frankly, perhaps a serious, undeniable craving for a delicious shrimp po' boy.
I know I've got one now.
Me too. We definitely encourage you to seek out this classic, maybe even try making one yourself, embracing that wonderful spirit of Southern hospitality and culinary ingenuity that we've explored today.
Give it a go.
Thank you so much for joining us on this particularly delicious deep dive. We'll catch you next time.